Today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 3 plays that pros use when they're serving so that you can implement them in your game and win more points. Many players just go mindlessly into points, and when the ball comes to them, they simply hit it back and they think, okay, I need to drop the ball, but they don't have any idea of what location they should put it in or where they should be placing their serve in order to create the most amount of friction on their opponents. And this is just simply because they don't know the strategy, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you now. So without further ado, let's open the playbook. Okay, play number 1 is probably something that you've heard of. It's the most famous play in all of pickleball. You hear about it all the time if you watch pro pickleball, but it is the shake and bake. What a shake and bake is it's a drive that sets up you or your partner for a put away volley. And the best setup for it is when we're the serving team, we serve the ball, and that return comes in short and high, okay? It can't come in short and low. Short meaning anything above mid-court, and high meaning anything around net height or higher. If it's lower than that, it's not gonna make any sense to drive, and this is a huge mistake that you see a lot of amateur players make, is just because that ball or return comes in short, they automatically drive the ball, which isn't going to be smart because you have to hit up on the ball when it's low. So make sure that this ball is high, and then we're driving the ball. Next thing is location. I serve cross court. It's not going to make any sense for me to hit it at the player that's already established up at the net, because the partner that's returning is back there. I hit my serve, they return it short and high. If I go there, they're already established at the net. I can't possibly hit a drive at their feet. So they're just gonna counter that ball and hit it at my feet. And now I just turned my offensive shot into a defense, into me being in defense. Because now they counter that at my feet if they're any good, and now I'm stuck here. And now we're in defense and we're scrambling. So you wanna hit it back to the returner. So whoever returns the ball, that's who you're gonna drive that next shot to. And then you come in and you're going to attack that ball. There's 2 different types of shake and bakes. There's a normal shake and bake where you hit the drive after your serve and your partner is going to attack that next shot as a volley. So you get it to their feet, your partner comes over and they attack that next ball as a volley. Or a solo shake and bake, which is my personal favorite, which is I drive. I need 3 balls for this. So my serve, and then it comes in short and high. I drive it at the feet, and now I'm up and I'm gonna take that ball out of the air. This is the best way to do it because you know where you're going with your drive, as comparison to your partner kind of has to guess. My app, Pickleball Drills, is available on the App Store and on Google Play. Hundreds of drills to help you improve your game every single day. Download the app now by clicking this link and start training today. Okay, play number 2 when we're serving is the drop and take, and this is probably one that you haven't heard of. But the way that this one works is it's optimal for when the player returns the ball short and low. So anything above mid-court and is low, this is when we would want to use this play. The way that it works is I serve the ball, they return it short and low. I'm not going to drive this ball because it's low, it doesn't make any sense to drive it. I'm going to then drop it at the feet of the player that is transitioning or the feet of the player that's already established at the net. I got options here. Typically, if their drive comes back cross court, short and low, I want to hit it back cross court, short and low for my drop. And then if it comes over here, obviously your partner is going to be here, and then they would hit it cross court and low at those feet. Now this can also be a solo or a normal. What I mean by that is if I'm the one dropping the ball, let's say the return comes back to me, I drop it cross court because I have more room cross court, less chance of popping the ball up. My partner, now that's over here, runs in on this shot, split steps. They're stopping their momentum from going forward, and then they can either, if that person pops the ball up the line, they take that next shot as a volley. Typically they're trying to get it back to me because I just hit the drop. This person's already up. They're then going to poach, and this is usually a nice put away shot. So it's a drop and then a take by that next shot. The other way to do it is the solo, which can work as well. And this is typically going to be, this player that's over here, your partner, is already going to be established on the kitchen line. So if you can drop this ball and get forward really quick, typically that will result in a pop-up because that player is transitioning forward. The third and final play, and the most satisfying play in pickleball, is the drop and Ernie. This is a pretty advanced play, but it's fun to do every once in a while to change things up. The way that it works is I serve, and it's optimal for when that return comes back deep and low. The reason that is, my boy's asking for a ball, so I'm gonna give him one. Okay, go get it. It's optimal if the ball comes back deep and low, because when the ball comes back deep and low, it's difficult for them to transition to the net. Whereas if it comes back deep and high, they're gonna have made it to the net. So we wouldn't really wanna do it in that situation. So since they're still back and it's deep and low, I'm then going to drop this next shot and try and get it in the corner of the kitchen. Now this can also be done as a solo or a normal. If it is a solo, I drop and I'm running, and then I jump. And I jump that line and I'm gonna Ernie that next shot. It's really a Burt since I'm coming across. That's how you do it as a solo. Typically the people will pop that shot up because they're running forward after returning the ball, and then they're having to stop their momentum, come to the side, and their easiest shot to go to is gonna be up the line, and they're trying to keep it deep. It's a pop-up the first time you do it, 90% of the time, so you just gotta make sure that you do it correctly. The other way to do it, you obviously have to let your partner in on what's going on, but I serve, the return comes back deep and low, they don't have a lot of time to transition, I drop, my partner is now running forward from this position. So my partner's here, running forward, simply Ernie the shot. This player, just to show you guys, other than the overlays that you guys have been watching, but this player is gonna be about here by the time I hit my drop. Now they're coming over and they're gonna try to hit it up the line. It's gonna be a very easily Ernieable ball. Most important thing is when you're doing a duo, is you wanna make sure when you hit your drop that you go forward as well. Your partner's coming forward, they jump. Chances are, if they don't end up hitting it up the line, it's gonna be a higher ball that you can then put away here in the middle. It's a super fun play. Definitely try that one out. I hope that that was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.